So Dylan Tennant, tremendous effort. You have been nothing but transparent. Anyone saying otherwise hasn't been listening. I think sometimes people choose what they want to listen to. That said, the GoFundMe is more than 100K over the original target given the budget has increased while other goals are there in this space. The advice we will get will be essential and invaluable, but if the budget allows, where else can we go? Well, that's the thing, Dylan, because I have raised more than I ever dreamed of. Uh, Once I get the advice, we can choose where we spend this money and what battle we want to go down, and that will be shaped by the KC's opinion. He will be able to tell us this is where we can have excess. This is a lower chance of success. This is the advice that was just so crucial, which is why I started the legal action fundraiser to begin with, because you can't have legal action if you don't know what you can challenge. So it's been such an important part of the puzzle. And now, like I've said, I've signed a contract with the lawyers in relation to ongoing legal action. And as soon as we decide, and decision will come down to me as the client, and I'm being informed by you, the people. That's why your communications with me is so important. I could not do this blind. I could not do this. I'm not the kind of person who operates in a silo. I want to talk to as many people as possible. What politicians should be doing? Canvassing their people. So your emails to me and sharing your stories is what is shaping what I'm telling my lawyers. And please also rest assured that as I worked for SSAA National for 5 years, and I've worked as a policy advisor, especially firearms advice for Senator David Linehelm and Aaron Stonehouse. I was a firearms advisor for those two politicians. I know the Act and regulations. I know how to read these documents. I was going to be a lawyer. My dad talked me out of it. So I could have been a lawyer, but I'm in a position where I can talk to lawyers and I know what I'm talking about because of my background. But your stories help shape my discussions with lawyers and they are so important. So please keep them coming. So Kelton Renecki, he's just given $14.99. So the exciting thing as a super thanks on YouTube is I can now start earning money for my work. I have been earning a bit from Facebook over the years, but it's finally to the point where I can make money from all this hard work that I'm doing. So thank you, Kelton. Indisposed, he gave $20. Thank you, Indisposed. Mr. Serioso, $50. Thank you, Mr. Serioso. And Hoochie Gucci Ferrucci Mama, $50. Thank you. I think I read that right. It must be my Italian coming back to me. So thank you. And if you are watching on YouTube, please like, subscribe, share. Really bad at self-promotion, but you know what to do. And any support you can give me, thank you. Thank you. Aussie named Dylan. Imagine getting told a buyback has ended, then releasing the new laws and saying, now you're at fault. I used my shotgun to deliver a slug to put the cows down that has sick or injured the farmer. Does not have a gun. This shotgun is my grounder, fox, and hunting. I also use it as my prac shotgun. I would own less if they eased up on the laws. Yes, this is the big issue that I've also heard, and this is something that my lawyers are definitely looking at. The fact that the state is saying they want you to surrender your private property of which you've paid X amount for, sometimes thousands, sometimes tens of thousands, and they are saying it is worth zero. We've closed the buyback. Your only option is to go to the market, which is now tanked, or dispose of it and get $0 for it. This is a situation the state government of Western Australia has put the people in. Now, when you think about the ramifications of that, if they can get away with it, which is why it's so important we're doing this legal action challenge to get a judge to say if this is the law of the land now, the state can confiscate private property and not compensate you. I'm doing a mark now. He stuffed up that word too. Is this really the country we want to be living in? And just think, I know I said that before, but this could easily transfer to cars. They don't like people having V8s. You're limited on that. Or then there's a buyback for V8s. We've closed it just the last minute. The can of worms this is opening. I honestly feel, and this is probably why I got a bit emotional before about that comment, is because the weight on my shoulders to be the person who is taking this fight and spearheading this fight, the ramifications of this is huge. Imagine if the judge ruled that the Labor Party cannot do that. Do you know how many firearms we would have saved just like that? I'm not saying that's the result. I'm not here to give legal advice. I can hear my lawyer screaming at me. But just think about the fact that it is an individual who has done this to protect your private property, because that's what I believe in. I believe in property rights. I don't believe that the state can confiscate anything off you, and let alone without compensation. So this is what I'm fighting. It is quite big when you stop and think about it. I try not to stop and think about it too much, but when I watched the video that Mark and Sam put out, and he made the point about private property, uh, I just I was very overwhelmed. But again, I'm so grateful that I'm in the position to fight for you, because that's what I feel like my purpose in life is. For the injustices of 1996, what they did to my dad and to all of those people back then, and now what they're doing in WA in 2025. This is what keeps me going every day. And when I see negative comments like that, I just have to rise above it and think of the mission that I'm trying to achieve and the people that support me. So thank you. Thank you to everybody who supports me.